Good morning, my name is Gabby Bryce, and today I'll be covering the June marketing webinar, which is Snap and Share Mastering Social Media Photography. Today we'll be going over background, lighting, and framing. This month's theme is taking simple iPhone photos and videos, promoting your restaurant well, and refreshing your website and media. So this is a little bit of a before and after photo. The photo on the left you can see isn't as great of quality, and the photo on the right is hopefully what we can get to by covering some things in our webinar today. The objectives are to look at how photography is a good way to share more about your restaurant, not just the food, but also the ambiance and overall feel, how photography can help your marketing strategies be more effective, and also how photography can help you share why your customers should visit your restaurant. So here we have our first photo example. It's not a bad photo at all, but one of the items in the photo, the restaurant no longer serves. So that's why it's important to update your media just so that you have accurate menu items. It's, again, not a bad photo. It shows a good variety of food, but you can see on the left, the table was cut off a little bit. So we can maybe do a little bit better with the photo. You can see the photo on the right shows the whole restaurant. You can see there's a bunch of really cool things on the walls that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see in the first photo. And I'm sure your restaurant has something unique like that as well to share. So the first thing we're going over is background. You can see the photo on the left, there's some clutter in the background, and in the photo on the right, there's just a little bit of greenery. Your background is an extra opportunity to share some of that personality in your restaurant. It also, having a good background can help with that clean and clear communication. With the background, you can show maybe a cool table you have or a wall art or signage. So that way you can show off your dish or your drink, but also maybe have some personality in the background with whatever that may be, art, signage, something like that. The second thing is lighting. So something that's important to remember with taking photos is when your surroundings are really dark, your camera lens has to stay open longer to capture more light. And the longer that your camera lens stays open, the more movement it captures. So that's why sometimes when your surroundings are dark, a photo turns out kind of blurry or grainy and really makes the photo quality go down some. So a good way to combat that is by really focusing on having good lighting. Some good lighting is always natural lighting. You can just go ahead and take your photos close to a window or outside on a brighter day. The third thing is framing. So you can see the photo on the left. There's just some things that aren't really important for followers or for customers to see. And on the right, you have that clear communication of, hey, we're trying to show you our food. And that's what the photo is of. It's not of any of that extra stuff. An important thing to remember with framing is you can usually crop down smaller, but you can't make the photos bigger. So making sure that you maybe get that whole plate in the photo with some extra negative space around it instead of taking a super close-up photo, because you can crop it down. Of course, there's always exceptions, and maybe you really do want a close-up photo, but give yourself some options by maybe taking it a little bit further away. And again, having a clean background, removing any distractions from within the frame, and thinking about plating. So that's another great example to show off some of the personality at your restaurant is by using a very, maybe you have some cool plates or glasses that you can use in your photo. Now, Facebook and Instagram have Reels now, which is another great way to show off your restaurant is with some video content. A reel is just a short video that's sometimes set to music that you can post on Facebook and Instagram. And we're just going to look at some examples of Reels that you can use now that Spillover has the capability to post Reels. So this is a good example that just has some simple shots panning over food or the restaurant, and then they also use some text going over top of it to share maybe your address or your hours, the story of how you opened. This could also be a great way to promote an event coming up. And you can just use, there's a ton of different apps online to edit. You can also use your smartphone has some video or photo editing capabilities as well. And then Canva also has some templates that you can use to edit videos as well. So here's a couple examples of using photos to create reels. With this reel on the left, it just did a mood board, which is neat, and it's a great way to show off this restaurant's really summary menu that they've got right now. And then this one is a photo dump. These are really popular on Reels right now, just flipping through some really beautiful photos that this event space has. So now we'll look at that strategy in action. So just think about what story your restaurant tells and what photos would most effectively tell that story. So maybe you are thinking about how to promote your patio. You could take a couple photos capturing the tables and maybe the umbrellas that you have outside, or maybe you want to take a video and pan over the garden or the fountain that you have next to your outdoor seating. Just set aside a little bit of time to go ahead and take those photos or videos. It doesn't take as long or take as much effort as you might think it does. And the more you do it, the faster it'll go by. So you can definitely learn as you go. Expected outcomes. So quality photos always get better engagement. Social media is a visual platform, so that's what people are expecting and wanting when they go on social media. With the quality of smartphone cameras going up, people are expecting better quality photos, so we need to meet them there with some great pictures for them to engage with. Don't let all of your hard work go to waste by using imagery that won't perform well. I'm sure you put a lot of effort into all of your marketing strategies, whether that be with using hashtags or paying for a boosted post, or maybe you even have some print marketing that you have in store. And we don't want you to waste your time by not using good photos that people will really enjoy seeing and will interact with. So make sure that you use those great photos when you are putting in all of that time and effort with your marketing. The third thing to remember is that these images are the face of your establishment. These images could be the difference between customers coming in or going elsewhere. In a lot of cases, they could be your website or your social media could be the first time a potential customer sees or hears of your restaurant. So we really want to represent our restaurant well. The tip of the month is scheduling and posting reels and using hashtags and tracking links within that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a demo on how to do that. First, you're just going to want to go to spillover.com and then click on the right-hand corner to client login. And it's going to go ahead and ask you for your username and password, or it might just automatically log you in if you are on Spillover often. Then you can go ahead and scroll over to social media on the left menu, and it'll take you to Sanalysis, where you can go ahead and click on campaigns. Maybe you have a campaign running, or you can create a new campaign. I'm going to say June campaign and create that. This allows you to lay out a few posts ahead of time. So you can click Reel. I'm going to select all. You can choose your day and your time. I caption. I'm going to say, enjoy our patio. You can add your hashtags, your tracking link. So here I'm just going to put in the restaurant website. So you can copy and paste that from your restaurant or type it in if you know it. This will be taking us to the home page. So I'm just going to put in home, and I'm posting it on the 12th. So I just put a date in there so I know what post this is correlating to. And then I'm going to add the custom text to say home, just so people know it's going to the home page, and then create that tracking link. You can see it shows up here. So that way you don't have a really long link in your caption. And then we can see how we can use those tracking links in a minute. And then you go ahead and upload your reel, and you can see it upload here. Then just go ahead and click next where you want to post. I'm clicking select all because I want it to go to both Facebook and Instagram. And you can see our reel shows up here. If you want to post another one, instead of it just showing up on the main screen, you just click select new or create new and then select reel. Then if you go back to engage, you can scroll down to tracking links on the left, and you can see your tracking link show up here. So once it's posted and people are able to interact with that post, you can see how many clicks are from that specific tracking link in that post that take you back to the website, and how many unique views you get as well. So that's really helpful. Next, we'll look at some of the key holidays and national food holidays for June. Of course, we've got Father's Day coming up. Then June is also National Seafood Month. We've got National Fish and Chips Day, National Bourbon Day, National Sushi Day. So we've got some really great options. And one thing to remember is that in the media library, we've actually got some posts ready for you to use. So just go create a post, and then if you scroll down to the media library and spillover stock, there's a bunch of options in here, but you can scroll down to national food holidays, click on the month, and then we've got some great options here already created and ready for you to use. And then you just put in the date you want, caption, and then go ahead and select where you'd like to post it to. If you have any extra questions or you want to work on your Engage usage, you can go ahead and attend one of our other weekly trainings going over things like social media management, using reviews, and website management. And you can, any extra questions you have can be answered there. That's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and we'll hopefully see you at next month's webinar.